Nyxi is a company that's been coming out with a lot of killer controllers for the Nintendo Switch, but I want to talk about their Word controller that just released a little while ago. It is backwards compatible with the GameCube, which is something I have been looking for ages. This could be the spiritual successor to the Wavebird. Now, they sent us their 3 different color schemes. They have the orange, the black, and the purple. All classic Nintendo GameCube controller colors. They do not have a silver option, unfortunately. Which is the option that I had as the Wavebird. Now, we tested out this controller with both the Switch and the GameCube, but I want to go over how the overall controller feels in general. Overall, I really like how this controller feels. It's very premium, comparable to 8BitDo's Ultimate controller and to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I often opt to choose it over those two, especially in games like Super Smash Bros. And that might be because I'm a little biased, because I grew up with Melee, and that button layout is just so much more natural to me. Comparing it to its competitors that have also released other GameCube controllers for the Switch, I personally have the PDP wired controller, the Pikachu edition. I just prefer that you can push the button deeper for the ZR/ZL options. You even have a switch on the back of the Nyxi controller to be able to control the depth at which those buttons go down. So that was a plus for me. I really enjoy being able to swap that, and we don't see that on a lot of controllers these days for Switch. Besides that, the buttons are really clicky. I really enjoy how they feel. I actually really enjoy the D-pad, which might be an unpopular opinion, because if you like a really clicky D-pad that's more reminiscent of the Game Boy or Game Boy Color, you probably won't appreciate this one as much. You do have paddles on the back that you can program from the app. I personally don't really use paddles for gameplay because I'm not any kind of Major League Gaming nerd or whatever. I will replace that and actually put the plate on the back that's provided, and that makes it feel like a real GameCube controller again. You can actually replace the C-stick too if you like a bigger top to your joystick. You can actually plug in a dongle, and that's what works to sync up the Bluetooth to the controller so that you can play it wirelessly with your GameCube, which is something we have not seen since the Wavebird. So I tested it out with a couple of different games. Playing Zelda Wind Waker, I saw no difference between the Wavebird and this controller. Everything controlled really smoothly. I had a great time revisiting that game. It's one of my favorites. Shifting to something that's a little more competitive, like Super Smash Bros. Melee, I did notice just the smallest bit of lag. I think if you're a competitive player, of course, for Melee, you're probably going to opt for something that's wired. So I would still recommend using a wired controller for that. I had a similar experience playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch with this controller, but it was about the same amount of lag that you would see in other wireless controllers. I think the top wireless controller for this game in general would probably be the 8BitDo Ultimate or the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So I would always opt into those two over this. If you're gonna go wireless, I haven't tried the PowerA wireless either. I know that's been recommended before as well, so I can't really give any honest feedback on that one. Overall, this controller is an 8 out of 10 for me. I love the form factor. It feels premium. I love that I can use it on the GameCube with the dongle. I love that I can use it with my PC. It works great on the Switch. Thank you again, Nyxi, for sending me these controllers. They are absolutely my go-to now for playing anything on the GameCube.